Hey everyone, I hope everyone's having a wonderful day. Um, I'm like really happy right now. I just got back from my doctor's office and things are really good. I have to take some vitamin D and some vitamin B12 and some iron because I'm very deficient in all of those things. But other than that, and some issue with my thyroid right now, my immune system is attacking my thyroid. So we have to keep an eye on that as well. But other than that, everything is good. I do not need to go on any other medications. I can stay medication free and do everything naturally, which is amazing. But what I came on here to talk to everybody about was the fact that I have shared my story, right? And I have shared with you all the things I've been doing lately, but I don't think you fully get where I came from. Like, I don't think you fully understand how hopeless I was. I had completely given up hope on myself that things were ever going to get better mentally or physically. About several years ago, I was 225 pounds. I was in a horrible marriage. I was extremely depressed, extremely unhappy. I had just completely given up on life. I spent my days immersed in anything I could find to distract myself from my own thoughts, from my own mind. I didn't do productive stuff. I did the bare minimum of what I needed to do to get by. And today, it really hit me today. Like, I've seen it, I've seen the changes, and I've felt myself growing, and I've felt, that hopelessness going away. But today it all really came to a head because I was doing my morning yoga, and I was walking on the treadmill and dancing while I was walking on the treadmill, listening to music, and I realized how far I've actually come. Like, from being stuck in a loveless marriage that I was with an addict who was active in addiction, with extremely no hope in my life. I was overweight. I was unhealthy. I was on all these medications. Like, everything just felt like it was never going to get better. Like, I was never going to be okay. I was never going to be able to do this X, Y, and Z. I was never going to be able to get up and stay motivated and stick with things and follow through and set goals and achieve them. Like, I didn't have any hope. I had no hope, like none, to the point where my kids were worried about me. Like, I would spend the entire day in bed watching TV, just shut down completely. I didn't want to leave my house. I couldn't leave my house. Let me rephrase that, because it's not that I didn't want to. I couldn't leave my house. The fear, the anxiety, the negative self-talk, the insecurities were abundant and crippling. And now it's so different. Like, I watched the live that I had the watch party for last night, and I watched them, and Shauna said, she said that when she started taking CBD, she became more of a morning person. When she started drinking the coffee, she started getting up earlier and earlier. And I can relate to that, because I would get out of bed, send Shane off to school, and then immediately get back in bed and just have no energy whatsoever. Didn't matter if I drank coffee, didn't matter what I did. I had absolutely no energy. Now I get up at 6:30 in the morning. I do my yoga, I walk on the treadmill, I take care of myself, and then at 8 a.m., I wake my daughter up and we start our day together. I never cared to take time for me. I never cared to do any of that. And now that I'm doing it, I feel amazing. My stress levels are down. My I don't struggle with the negative self-thought. All I feel is hope. Like, all I feel is this abundance of hope because I've lost weight. I'm healthier. I'm stronger. Mentally, I'm so much stronger, and I'm blown away by the changes that have happened in my life. And it's all kind of been like, it was slow going for a really long time, but I was making the progress. And then all of a sudden, I feel like I just got this kick in the ass. And now I'm like, what else can I do? Like, what else can I put on my plate? What else can I see that I'm capable of that I never believed I was capable of before? And it's not just like, I don't want you to think that every time I come on here live, it's just about CBD, because it's not. That is what got everything going for me. That's what helped me get off the medications, get that sense of hope back, and like keep pushing forward. But I do all the rest, like that's the building block. That's where it starts. But I still got to do all the work. And the more that I do, the more I take care of me, the better I feel, the better I am for my family, the better I am for my kids. I'm so happy to feel hope again. Like, now I actually feel like there's a day that's going to come where I don't have to have the titles and the stigmas attached to me. Like, I'm not going to say like, oh, I'm cured, because no, it's a daily struggle. I still have those negative self-talk once in a while. I still have the insecurities. I still have the high stress leveling anxiety. But it's manageable. I can get through it. I can overcome it. I can deal with it. I know ways that help me, and I'm not hopeless. That's the big thing. Like, you can't accomplish anything if you don't have hope. If you don't think anything's ever going to get better, if you think that you don't deserve any better, then that's where you're stuck. And for the first time in my life, I actually have an immense amount of hope. I am excited to challenge myself within reason now. Like, I'm excited to go, okay, I got this down, so let me add this. Okay, now that I understand how my day is going and I'm sticking to my to-do lists and I still have time, now I can add this for myself or add that for myself, whether it's, time for crocheting or time for God of War or time for more yoga or time for more time on the treadmill, like whatever it is, or time for my family. No matter what it is, I'm organizing it in my life. I'm prioritizing in my life. I'm putting myself and my family. I've always put my family first, but I've never put myself first. And because I didn't have hope, by not putting myself first, I also wasn't being as good for my family as I could have been, if that makes sense. So now it's like, wow, this is amazing. Like, I'm super excited. Is anybody on, by the way? Because I'm like wondering. Well, anyways, whatever. If you catch the replay, if you're watching this though, comment. Let me know you get this. I need to know that I'm not the only one. Okay? Like, this is huge for me. Like I said, years ago, I was on all those medications. I weighed 225 pounds. I was in a really messed up relationship. I was in a horrible financial situation. I didn't care about me. I didn't care about what was good for me because I had that stigma in my mind, that hopelessness. And it was compounded by hearing my doctors say, you're never going to be medication free. By hearing my doctor say, you're never going to be able to do X, Y, and Z. Well, guess what? I'm starting to do that stuff now. This is huge. This is huge. If I can continue to do this, if I can continue to work on this path, if I can continue to turn my health and my life and my thought process around and keep this hope and this drive and this passion and this self-love going, I don't know where it can take me. And that's okay. Like, I don't want to know. I just want to go along for the ride. Like, I like the fact that I woke up this morning and said, oh my God, I have not been able to do the stuff that I'm doing ever. And I'm happy and I'm motivated and I have hope, and like, it's so big. Like, if you have struggled with depression and that negative self-talk, then you understand what it's like not to have that hope. Like, you get it. You get it. Like, no matter how much you want for yourself and your family and for your life, if you don't have that hope and that passion and that fire to do something about it, then nothing changes. And when with my depression and my mental health issues, having that hope is difficult. It's not like I don't want to hope. It's not like I want to be stuck in that horrible place, but sometimes you just can't help it. It's a chemical imbalance. It's something that just comes out of nowhere and takes you down and can keep you there if you let it. And I stopped letting it. Because they like, for years I would go to the doctor, especially when I was younger. They would tell me meditation and staying busy, having a set schedule, knowing your limitations, but still, striving to push yourself, like, working out, eating healthy, making sure your vitamins are all, and your levels in your blood, like, all of that stuff is where it's supposed to be, plays a huge part in your mental health, in your mood. So, and I knew this, but knowing it and implementing it and practicing it are totally different things. And now that I'm implementing it, I've implemented it and I'm practicing it, life is amazing. Like, it's not perfect. I'm not where I want to be, but I know I'll get there. That's the difference. I have so much hope, and I'm so happy because I'm doing things that I could never do before. And I don't even know how to put this into words. Like, oh my God. Like, I'm not even doing it justice. Like, how I'm explaining it to you, how I'm explaining my feelings, my emotions to you, I'm not even doing it justice. I'm really not, because there was a point in my life where suicidal thoughts and the thought that everyone around me would be better off without me was something I dealt with on a daily basis. Sometimes it was like a minute to minute way just to get through. I have not felt like anybody would be better off without me. I have not felt those suicidal thoughts or those worthlessness, that hopelessness, that pain, that emotional emptiness. I have not felt that. And that's what I woke up this morning and I realized that I have not felt that in months, like many months. And I don't remember a time in my life where I didn't struggle with that, where I didn't think that in the back of my head, that everybody would be better off without me, that I was a burden on my family financially, that I was a burden and I held my kids back and I wasn't a good mom, and like all of that stuff has been something I struggled with basically daily my whole life. Excuse me. But not. Hold on. I am so grateful because I know my worth now, and I have that hope, and I'm so excited for the future. And that right there, being excited for the future, like, A lot of people take that for granted, but when you struggle with mental illness and you struggle with like PTSD and anxiety and stress, and you deal with all that stuff, it's not the same. Like, you don't have hope for the future. Sometimes you dread the future. Sometimes, like, the thought of waking up and going through another day, feeling the way I felt, living the way I was living, having absolutely no hope, having that worthlessness. I didn't want to do that anymore. I didn't want to wake up and feel that way anymore. And slowly but surely, every decision and choice I have made to better my health and to implement healthy, natural, safe remedies and therapeutic ways has completely turned everything around. And to know that I wake up now and I'm like, it's 6:30 in the morning. Let me see my to-do list. Okay, this is what we're doing today. All right, now I'm going to take my me time. I'm going to do my yoga. I'm going to walk on the treadmill. I'm going to take my coffee and relax. And then I'm going to wake up my daughter and we're going to start our day. And it's all happy, hope, energy, motivation. There's no... yeah, those thoughts still come once in a while, but in the comparison to what it used to be like, it's like fleeting. It's like, it's like the difference between a bad 5 minutes and a bad day. You know what I mean? Like, if you have a bad 5 minutes, you turn that shit around, you keep going, you don't let it screw up your whole day. If you have an entire day where it's just non-stop negativity and hopelessness and worthlessness and fear and anger and insecurities, that's unbearable. 5 minutes here and there, not even on a daily basis. Like, I'll say, I don't even know. Like, I am so blessed and I am so grateful that I have found what works for me. Finally, after 20 years of dealing with the mental health issues and the personal struggles and the just all of it, I finally found stuff that works for me and that has given me, I don't want to say it's given me myself back, because there's part of me that didn't even realize who I was. Like, I am 38 years old and I'm just realizing what I want, who I am, what matters in my life, and my own self-worth. It's taken me this long to get to that place. That's a long time. But I got here. I'm here now. So now what am I going to do about it? Well, I'm going to keep freaking going. I'm going to ride the hope, and I'm going to keep going, and I'm going to keep bettering myself, because it's helping me. It's helping my family. It's everything is just, I can't believe how much love and hope and happiness and accomplishment and, like, I know this is really stupid, okay? But this is a big deal for me. So, like, yesterday, I talked about being more organized not that long ago. So I've been implementing things to consistently better my organizational skills. And one of the things that I decided to do for the business of the side of things is, create spreadsheets so I can keep track of my customers, my affiliates, my potentials, the people I talk to when I talk to them, so I don't forget people. Because obviously when you start to get multiple people that are asking you questions on a daily basis, it's only common that life can cause you to forget sometimes. So I wanted to make sure I wasn't forgetting people, because I don't want to do that. That's, I want to be there for people that are reaching out to me for my experience, my strength, my hope, and to see if the way I'm doing things is going to work for them. So I don't want to forget them. So I created a spreadsheet. Well, I didn't know how to create a spreadsheet. And I went through all kinds of crap trying to figure it out on my own. And then my mom came home and she showed me And then I sat down last night and I got all of everything I wanted to get put into a spreadsheet, and the accomplishment that I felt when I finished that was huge, because it's just one more thing. It's like my to-do lists. Like, I would make to-do lists and never actually do them. Or I would forget that I made the to-do list and do most of the stuff on it, but then forget to look at it, forget to check it all off. And now I'm like, I'm actually doing this stuff. Like, I'm actually doing it and it's helping. And just little things like that. Like, I find the victories in the little things, because I couldn't work out without being in pain. Now I'm not in pain and I get to work out, and I love my yoga. I love doing it. It's amazing. Hey, Melissa. It's just nonstop. Like, everything I try to do to better myself has gotten me to a place where I'm not feeling worthless and hopeless and empty inside. I have always been like that. You know, I was always the little girl who tried to fit in by being what I thought everyone else wanted me to be. And by doing that for so long, I didn't even know who I was. So now here I am, 38 years old, just figuring out who the hell I am and what I want in my life. And I'm doing that with hope and happiness and moods and stability in my mood and in my physical body. And all of this stuff has led me to a place where I'm no longer the scared, fearful little girl who has no hope and no self-worth, and who bases how she feels about herself on how other people feel about me. Which, if you have done that, you know that that's not good to do. Because relationships in general, whether they are good or healthy or toxic, it doesn't matter. People have conflicts in relationships. So if I'm always basing what I feel about myself on how other people feel about me, then I don't have a strong self-esteem level or self-confidence, or it's always outside of yourself. And that's one of the reasons why I believe I chose to fall into addiction when I was younger, because I always wanted to find something outside myself to feel better inside. So it was like, okay, I don't want to feel these emotions, so I'm going to take this, and this is going to make them go away. And then by doing that, I caused a very negative, unhealthy circle that I struggled for many years to come out of. Now everything that I feel is based on what I'm doing for me. Whether it's, like I said, taking that time to just focus on some hobbies once in a while, you know, getting up early before everybody else in the house is, like, everybody else leaves by 6:37 in the morning. So by the time I get up, Shane's still sleeping, everyone else is gone, and I've got that hour and a half to focus on me. And that's what I do. I never did that before. I never gave a crap about focusing on my health or myself, or because everything was always, there's a pill for that. I'll be honest. You know, my doctors put that into my head, and my addict part of me was like, okay, yeah, there's a pill for that. All right, I'll take that. Oh, there's a pill for that too? All right, I'll take that. That's how I wound up on 7 freaking medications. No more. No more. If I cannot find an alternative solution that is healthy for me, that doesn't cause me to be addicted to something, to be dependent on something that if I didn't have it, I would get sick or couldn't function. If I forget to take my CBD oil, I'm a bitch. And I have my mood is crap. And I probably don't have that much energy. But I'm not sick. I'm not like, all of my symptoms are still there. So if I stop taking it, obviously they come back, but it's not the same. It's not the same as being physically dependent on something. It's not the same as feeling trapped or imprisoned, that I can't function with something. I can't function without this particular thing, this substance, it's freeing. You know, like taking natural stuff, natural vitamins, the stuff that you're supposed to do for your health. That is what my goal is. And that's where I'm at. I'm medication free. I'm only taking vitamins. I'm not trapped anymore. I'm so happy. I'm so hopeful. And I had to get on here and share that for you, because you don't get where I came from. Why are you giving me this now? Hold on a second.
I know, I'm just showing you.
Okay, Shane, you know I was going live. Please go back and do your schoolwork. Sorry, guys. Go.
Done.
Okay, well, do not interrupt me. You knew what I was doing. I've asked you many times, do not interrupt me, especially for something that was not important. Sorry about that. So, yeah. So I had to get on here and share that with you guys, because Shane, please go upstairs. Patience. Woosah. I've got this. So I had to get on here and share this with you, because for those of you who know me and who have personally seen the struggles I have been through, you get it. For those of you who are going through what I went through, I get it. There's hope. Don't let yourself give up on yourself. That is the worst thing I feel like I ever did. I stayed stuck in such an unhealthy place for so many years. It was like 7-8 years that I was stuck in a really unhealthy place where I was overweight. I was on all those meds. I was in a horrible relationship. I was putting up with stuff because I didn't think I was worth it. I didn't think I deserved better. And the second that I started making those changes, and in the beginning, like I said, they were small. They were really small changes. And as soon as that momentum built up, and I've made the changes I've made, and I've implemented what I've implemented, and I've just continued to push no matter what, I'm finally at a place where I have self-worth and hope, and I'm excited to see what the future brings. And I don't feel completely confined by the stigmas that come along with my diagnoses or what I've gone through in the past, or the fact that I have a history of addiction. Like, none of that matters anymore. It's all in the past. It's yesterday. Who cares? Like, yes, I have to keep an eye on my mental health and my physical health, because those issues are there. But my outlook, my mindset, my heart, my passion, it's all there again. Like, I don't even remember a time in my life where I felt like this, where I actually was this excited, like this full of hope and passion. Like, the closest thing I can compare this to is like the love for my children and when I had my kids. Like, that happiness that you feel when you have your children, like, that's the closest thing I can compare it to. Like, I've come so far, and I have a ways to go, but that's okay, because I know, and I hope, and I can get there. Like, I can accomplish it. It's happening. It's not even like, oh, I don't know if no, like, it's happening. Like, it's only up from here. And I owe that all to my family, my friends, my kids, and that little freaking bottle of CBD. Like, what I just don't know how to explain it, other than it gave me my life back. It gave me myself back. It gave me hope for the future. And I ran with that, and I built on it, and now here I am, and I'm great, and I'm happy and I'm not living in constant fear, I want that for other people. And I want other people to experience what I have experienced and to feel the way I feel, because I don't wish on my worst enemy that feeling of desperate, hopeless emptiness and worthlessness where you don't even know if you want to wake up tomorrow or not. And like, you'd prefer if you didn't wake up tomorrow. Like, I don't wish that on anyone. And I don't feel that way anymore. And that is fucking amazing. Absolutely 100% a miracle. Because I never thought that I would get to this place. I never thought I would get where I was 6 months ago, let alone where I am today. So that is where my hope comes from, because it's like, I didn't think I would get to where I am now. So I certainly have no idea what else I'm capable of. And I cannot wait to continue to find out. And as long as I keep growing slowly in the right direction, you know, and you know what? If now my attitude is, if I fail at something, change the plan, try again. What? Like, that's not me. That was never me. If I failed at something, I just gave up. I didn't try again. I didn't keep going. I just gave up. Like, if something didn't go the way that I thought it was going to go in the time frame that I thought it was going to go in or wanted it to go in, and it didn't matter whether it was on me or not, if it failed, I gave up. If it was too hard, I gave up. If it didn't make me feel the way I thought it was going to make me feel, because I was always looking for outside things to make me feel better about myself, I gave up. Well, I have no desire to give up anymore. None. No desire to give up anymore. I have every desire and hope that I can continue to better myself and to share this message and to help other people and to be an inspiration. You know, like, I was there. I'm here now. It's possible. How can I help you get where I'm at? Because if every single person that I know could feel the way I feel right now, your lives, the world, everything would be a better place. Like, hope and love and happiness and confidence and self-worth and knowing that no matter what, you're worth it. That's everything. That's what our souls and our minds and our bodies and our hearts need. We are emotional people. We are emotional. We have a need to feel appreciated, desired, loved. And all of that is great, but it all starts with us. Like, I have to love myself and desire things for myself and know that I'm worth it before other people see that in me to the degree that I want that. So it's like everything just goes hand in hand. And I finally see what everybody has said to me for years. You know, my counselors, my family, like, once you realize your worth, everything else is easy. Everything else can work itself out. Everything else can be overcome. Now I finally see... Sorry, I have no idea what just happened. Somebody tried to call and I tried to get it to go away. But so yeah. So now I see my worth, and now I know what everyone was talking about. Because now, what's next? Show me what's next. Challenge me. Give me something. I'm ready for it. I'm getting there. Yes, I have a ways to go still, but I am getting there. I am closer than I have ever thought humanly possible before. And now, the sky's the limit. So I hope everyone is having an amazing day today, and comment below. Let me know you watched. If you're watching the replay, comment replay. Live with hope. What do you need to do to better yourself? What do you want to stop feeling like? Make that change. Take it a step at a time, because no matter what you do, as long as you're making progress, that's all that matters. And that's something that I'm just so happy to finally truly believe with every fiber of my being. Love you guys. Bye.